The Roaring 20's.
This week we've been learning about the Roaring 20's. The Roaring 20's had lots of new fun inventions. One of the new fun inventions was the radio. The first sounds were heard in 1916. The voice was W.C. Handy. He combined jazz and ragtime. He played mostly in Memphis. The radio helped give the 20's their nickname, the Roaring 20's. So did the People's Happiness. Another invention was motion pictures. It was invented by Thomas Edison. It costed a nickel, so that's why they were called the Nickelodeons. The first picture was called The Great Train Robbery. Most of the films were 7 to 8 minutes long. Those are some of the changes in the 1920's. In 1919, there was a competition to see who could fly over the Atlantic from New York. The prize was $25,000. There was a guy named Charles Lindbergh who thought he could do it. They did not have navigation systems back then, which made it harder. Charles Lindbergh flew his plane, which was called the Spirit of St. Louis, over the Atlantic. When he got back, he got the $25,000, and everybody cheered when he returned. In the Roaring 20's, people dressed way differently. Men would dress mostly in suits, and one way women would dress is flappers, where their dresses would have strings on them, and when they would dance, they would flap. They would flap. That's why they were called the flappers. The older ladies did not approve of it, and never would, never will, or even think about it. They also had different cars, one of which was called the Model T. It was very high-tech for back then because it did not have very many electronics. It was classy for back then. They sold for $825, which is worth $412, which is a lot of money for back then, which would now be still a lot of money. The first Winter Olympic Games was January 25th, 1924. It was in France, and 16 nations competed. America competed also. They did very well because of their athleticism. In the 20's, the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote, also happened. They were happy. The good times came to an end on Black Tuesday, October 29th, 1929. The stock market crashed, so that sent America into the Great Depression.
Back in the 1920's, why was the radio so costly for the people to buy?
Thank you guys for your time.